Once upon a time, I felt like Peter Pan. I never wanted to grow up. But working as a fertility dietitian and being reminded over and over again how much of an impact age has on the health of our eggs has been a huge slap in the face. We can't change our choices of years gone by, but we can change what we eat now to help improve the health of our old eggs. And as a 40+ woman, I'm allowed to say that, although I still hate it. So, to hear my dietary tips on getting pregnant after 40, stay tuned. I spent my 40th birthday in Spain, specifically the beautiful San Sebastian. And I have to admit, I went there for the food. I'd heard that it was amazing, and now, after my first-hand experience, I can report that it was the best food that I personally have ever eaten, anywhere in the world. San Sebastian is known for its gastronomy, from homegrown seasonal vegetables to delectable pinchos, which is the local name for tapas, to caught that day seafood. Oh, my mouth is just salivating thinking about it. Now, the reason that I'm reminiscing about my trip to San Sebastian, other than the fact that it was one of the best trips of my life, is that the local diet there is the ideal diet for optimizing conception for us gals who are in our naughty 40s. Let's discuss the key ingredients. Firstly, you've got fresh organic vegetables. I remember having lunch in this particular cafe overlooking the water. Every mouthful was sumptuous, and no wonder. The waiter explained to me that he had hand-picked the tomatoes from his uncle's garden that morning. You can't get any fresher than that. I can't find the words to tell you how good they were. Even a simple salad of lettuce, tomatoes and beans tastes amazing when they've been homegrown and freshly picked. Now, I know that it's tricky to grow all of your own veggies when you're running a busy life, but try to do the best that you can. Maybe the goal for you is just to eat more veggies full stop. Or if you're already a good veggie eater, could you consider buying your veg from a local farmer's market instead of from the supermarket? Or maybe you could just grow a few items. I'm the worst gardener ever, but I've still been able to grow lettuce, tomatoes and some herbs. Now, the reason that freshly picked veggies are a better choice is that they contain high levels of antioxidants. And antioxidants are one of the best tips for protecting our eggs from damage. You see, one of the main reasons that it's so difficult for us more mature ladies to conceive is that so many of our eggs are unviable due to chromosomal damage. Now, I admit, just because you start eating more veg doesn't mean that you're going to miraculously have heaps of healthy eggs. But it does make some difference. And when we're over 40 and have less than a 5% chance of conceiving, every little bit counts, right? San Sebastian is also well known for its seafood. Anchovies, cod, oysters, freshly caught tuna, all delicious and all a good source of omega-3. Now, omega-3 helps to reduce inflammation and is one of the best dietary strategies for boosting the health of our eggs. The other key benefit of all of this seafood is that it's one of the richest dietary sources of iodine. A lack of iodine can impact our thyroid hormone, which is a common cause of miscarriage. The words taste like vinegar coming out of my mouth, but the statistics show that the chances of having a miscarriage are greater than the chance of having a baby for us women over the age of 40. The main reason for this is chromosomal abnormalities, but uncontrolled diabetes and thyroid problems are other common causes, which is why we need to do everything that we can to reduce the risks. So let me ask you, how often are you eating seafood? If it's less than twice a week, I would challenge you to change that. Preliminary studies suggest that a decline in a class of proteins called sirtuins may be one of the major causes of infertility in older women. But there's good news. Foods rich in polyphenols are believed to activate our sirtuin genes. So, which foods are rich in polyphenols? Well, extra virgin olive oil, walnuts, dates and spinach are some great polyphenol-rich choices that we often find both in San Sebastian and at home. But there are other foods which are rich in polyphenols but have been found not to be beneficial. Wine for one and coffee for two. Research suggests that the rates of miscarriage significantly increase for women who drink more than 3 alcoholic drinks per week or more than 2 cups of coffee per day. So I'd highly recommend that you do minimise your intake of these until after your baby is born. Now, in addition to amazing fresh food, the lifestyle is fantastic in San Sebastian. It's all about sun, sand, surf and siestas. Unless you're heading out of town, there's little incentive to drive or even take a cab when you can walk or cycle, which obviously helps to increase incidental exercise. And nightclubs aren't just for the young ones, but for the young of heart, which is one of my favourite forms of aerobic exercise. All this exercise is great for maintaining a healthy weight, as well as for preventing or treating insulin resistance, which can often be a problem over 40. Insulin resistance is where the body's cells don't respond normally to the hormone insulin, which then has a domino effect on our fertility hormones. So regular physical activity is a great benefit. Furthermore, the fresh sea air and afternoon siestas are great for reducing stress, which has also been found to benefit fertility. The exact mechanism behind stress reduction and an increase in fertility remains unproven, but studies certainly do suggest that there is a link. So now you have one of two choices. Either pack your bags and head to the Mediterranean, or start living a Mediterranean lifestyle at home. Either are good choices. If you've been to Spain, I can't wait to hear your foodie stories in the chat box below. And if you haven't, I assure you it's a must to put on your bucket list. Now, for those of you who are new to Nourish, I have a little gift for you. I've created a nutritious and delicious fertility meal plan. All you have to do is go to melaniemcgrice.com/fertility to download it, and make sure that you subscribe so that you get access to our weekly fertility and prenatal dietary tips. See you soon. How much of an impact age has on the health of our eggs. Sorry, on the health. The other key preliminary studies suggest that a decline in a class of hormones. So now you have